popular TikTokers still joining the Hype House despite Thomas Petru getting exposed for literally taking advantage of his members and stealing their money. It makes me sick to my stomach to watch all these innocent TikTokers that recently blew up on TikTok make this big decision for their career, and that is to join the Hype House, because none of them know the real truth about this cursed house and how the company itself could exploit and get rid of them in a matter of seconds. But don't worry, we're gonna be unfolding the truth about the Hype House in today's video, and how the new Hype House members are getting exploited by Thomas Petru. I can't believe that this has been going on for years, and I don't think it will end very soon because Thomas Petru has been trying multiple ways to take advantage of the TikTok industry and steal their money. Many companies, including the Hype House company that is currently being managed by Thomas Petru, have been exploiting artists and influencers for years. In fact, many huge artists have been struggling with labels taking a huge percentage of their money and paying off other small artists who are signed by the same labels. And it just sucks to see artists nowadays drifting away from music and launching their own makeup instead for money. Now, when it comes to Thomas Petru and his Hype House company, it's the exact same thing as labels for artists, since, well, they rely so much on their clients to work harder and make more money for them. I mean, we've seen Team 10 before, aka the first ever influencer house that was made by Jake Paul, who was exposed by multiple members for taking advantage of them for money. But the thing about Team 10 that makes them worse than TikTok houses nowadays is that members were forced to sign a 5-year contract with the company back in the day. And let's say you decided one day to quit Team 10. Well, it was impossible. Not only would Jake Paul take 10% of your earnings for 5 years after quitting, but he would publicly humiliate you and make the entire world go against you just so you would lose your career, and then you'd be stuck wondering how you'll continue paying all this money back to Jake. So the reason why I'm mentioning Jake Paul and Team 10 is because Thomas Petru also used to work for Team 10 back in the day. And it's clear now that his inspiration to make a TikTok house was all because of Jake, since he used to witness the amount of money that Jake was making off of the members. So yeah, that's how the Hype House was created. As much as Thomas Petru wanted to be the next Jake Paul and earn tons of money off of his members, unfortunately, he failed miserably at it, despite making loads of money off of it. We're gonna address that in just a minute because we gotta talk about the mess this Hype House brought to the TikTok community first. In case you guys didn't know, the Hype House was originally created back when TikTok was blowing up all over the internet after Chase Hudson, Thomas Petru, and Daisy Keach came up with an idea to start a house with influencers. And their idea was to encourage as many huge creators as possible to join their house so that they could boost their careers and make loads of money off their fame. Unfortunately, many creators fell into the Hype House trap and joined the house, such as the D'Amelio sisters, Addison Rae, Avani, Lorraine, and many, many more. And while everything was completely perfect at first, things went downhill once Daisy Keach, aka the co-founder of the Hype House, sued both Thomas and Chase for not crediting her and giving her recognition for building the Hype House. And y'all, this caused many influencers to lose their trust in Thomas, in which some of them decided to leave in the early stages of the Hype House. Months after the Hype House started thriving on social media, multiple members ended up getting involved in serious controversies such as Daryanka and the Lopez brothers. And of course, this resulted in Thomas kicking every member of the Hype House who had a really bad reputation on the internet. At first, people thought Thomas was doing the right thing for the Hype House by kicking every controversial influencer, but then things took a turn when both the D'Amelios and Addison Rae left the Hype House. And the entire truth came afterwards. Not only did people notice that Thomas had turned into a monster whenever a member decided to quit, but they even noticed how he beefs online with them just to ruin their reputation for no reason. This situation made tons of fans question the Hype House and the truth about it, until Thomas decided to add new members to the Hype House, and of course it included both Vinny Hacker and the TikToker Renata. At first, Thomas was extremely happy to include both Vinny and Renata in his house since they were bringing all the attention back to the Hype House after dating rumors started circulating about them. But then the tables turned on Renata immediately once she got exposed by the internet for being fat-phobic and racially insensitive, which made Thomas kick her out of the Hype House for it. At this point, people were just confused with Thomas's decision to kick Renata since he was defending her serious accusations non-stop on social media. Until Thomas Petrou himself decided to open up about the situation following the new Hype House members' announcement. And y'all, he revealed that not only Renata's brand deals weren't working out with his company, but he also felt ashamed to have her in his house following all the allegations against her, so he had to kick her out of the Hype House.
I'm sure you guys have noticed on my other social medias, but we've had someone else move out. As you guys know, Renata lived with us and everything was fine, okay? But now she's moved out. It was kind of a kicking out situation. I didn't want to bring any light to this, but I noticed that she was liking a couple comments on TikTok about it and stuff like that. Our brands didn't align. As you guys know, there were some things that came forward, and over time, just it made more sense to separate.
Thankfully, people didn't buy this at all, since it was clear that Thomas was trying to clear Renata's image on the internet for months after the accusations came around, in which he failed horribly for it, and that's why he decided to kick her out. But this incident did not come to an end after Renata's situation brought so much light to influencers to the point where multiple news articles started revealing the truth about Thomas Petrou and the games he plays with influencers. And y'all, it turned out that Thomas Petrou usually kicks every member of the Hype House for his advantage, since, as we all know, Thomas usually takes a percentage of money from his members, and whenever they get canceled, they lose their brand deals and they just become useless for Thomas to be a part of the Hype House. So yeah, all of these members in the Hype House are literally seen as a meal for Thomas, and if you accidentally go bad later in your career, you'll get thrown away in the trash without any hesitation. The reason why I decided to talk about Thomas and the Hype House in today's video was just because of the new members that he announced this week. Yeah, can you believe he's still going on with this? And the fact that these poor influencers have zero knowledge about Thomas's tactics and manipulation is just awful. I mean, you can pretty much recognize some of the new members that joined the Hype House because they aren't really that irrelevant, but the fact that they're out here hoping that they would reach a higher level of fame by joining Thomas Petrou and his crew is just sad and disappointing, to be honest. Vinny seems bigger than the Hype House now. He seems out of place. No clue why he's still there, TBH. Somebody please lend Vinny a house. The White House! All the boys look the same, just in different fonts. Anyways, loves, if you need more controversial videos to watch on these influencers, then make sure to click on the tab right above.